So it's been a month, now it's time for an update. Hi, this is Russ and welcome to GFN Gaming. So we're here at the end of the 1 month challenge to paint up 500 points of Skaven, or fantasy. So first off, did I get my 61 minis painted? Let's have a look at the list I chose. So my first 500 points was 40 clan rats, 1 unit with hand weapons and the other with spears, 20 plague monks and 1 plague priest. Without magic items, this got me to 485 points, so pop on a talisman of protection and there's my 500 points on the nose. So, of course, I did manage to get this done. In fact, I had about 90% of this already done within the first 2 weeks of the challenge. I think the most difficult part was cleaning the plague monks, which sounds a little oxymoronic, but there were mold lines everywhere and the heads don't sit flush to the bodies and all that, but that being said, I do still love the models. I did manage to get my full list completed and I had a game with Phil from Wargamers Anonymous with our first 500 points, which will be out on this channel in the next few weeks, I'm sure. So we got to 500 points and now it's time to keep going. I realised whilst I was painting up my beloved Skaven that I actually really am a fantasy fan. I even started to resent my round bases. Phil, you win. The square bases would have been a better choice. I will allow a moment of silence for you and the rest of the internet to say I told you so loudly at the screen. So with my love for fantasy well and truly rekindled, what's next? Well, that's easy. It's another 500 points for my Skaven force. I've had a game now and what I like about this challenge is that now I know what areas my army is lacking. So with the next 500 points, I have a chance to kind of fill those holes. My plague monks did a great job of tanking hits and a toughness 4 model is surprisingly resilient, not to mention the toughness 5 plague priest. However, I didn't have a lot of punch throughout my entire army, so enter punch. I went and ordered some new units for the next 500 points of my list and I went for a box of 20 storm vermin, 5 plague censer bearers, and a box of rat ogres which comes with packmasters and giant rats. Along with this I had a small warp lightning thrower and the big warp lightning thrower. Now as it stands I can't use the big lightning thrower and the censer bearers in the same list because they are both rare, so until I get to 2000 points over I can only run 1. So these are the units that will make up my next 500 points. I have 1 warp fire thrower, 20 storm vermin with full command, 3 rat ogres with packmasters, and 5 plague censer bearers. I really love the rat ogre models. They're some of my favourite models in any fantasy army really. The trolls, the rat ogres, the big guys. I might have cheated a little and I've already painted one, but basically after I finished my first 500 I just started fishing on eBay and I got a few purchases in, like the small warp thrower, and I did manage to get a hold of the 2 ogres from the Island of Blood box set and I did paint one up so far. But to complete the unit I got another box which gives me 2 more, some packmasters and of course some giant rats. To help flesh out the core of my army I got a unit of 20 storm vermin, so you can have these with shields, but for the moment I'll probably just run the halberd option, just to give it a try basically. But this is like a well regimented army sort of troop unit, not the scummy little clan rats. These guys are an army, they mean business. And of course the plague censer bearers. Now these guys sound so fun. They deploy with the plague monks and then charge off as soon as they can. Reading up on the stats it looked really fun and I did put them on the bases they came with, but since filming this I have taken them off and put them on smaller bases. So this is it, my new 500 points and the next challenge. Because of the start collecting set I bought, I do have some extra pieces already completed, such as the warp lightning cannon and a screaming bell, but I won't be able to play them until I get past 2000 points. I have redone the movement trays a few times now, and I ended up changing the more widely spaced one for a one where the holes are a lot closer together. As with the previous one though, I did cut a magnetic sheet to the same size using the intended base and then glued this down, giving me a magnetized movement tray. Anyway, thanks for joining me and I'll see you in the next video.